Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we will talk about the Quintfall-Sequence. Quintfall-Sequence is a German word and it's like a chord sequence where you actually descend in fifths, or you can also say you ascend in fourths, so it's like cycle 4 actually. And we take just the diatonic chords and we move like that through the whole, like a progression through all the chords by that kind of a root motion. So we go in diatonic fourth or up or diatonic fifth down. It really doesn't matter actually which direction, because we just have to concern which next chord or next root we come up with. So I will do that in G major, also in E minor, kind of a mixture. I take this G major chord, so 1, 4, and then a kind of a 2, 5 for E minor, and then I go to like a kind of a 2, 5 to 1 back. So I'm kind of alternating between the tonality of G major, so having like a 2-5, 1 like A minor 7 or A minor, D major and G as a tonic, and then going to the 4 to the C major, and then having a 2-5-1 in E minor. Yeah, so that's a basic progression, and I think that's a most used progression in jazz and also in classical music and like Baroque and it's like maybe the most natural way diatonic chords can progress. By the way, there's also a PDF down in the description below, which you should download. Also, it helps supporting this channel, of course. And there are these phrases which I now am introducing, they're all written down. So you have it also as a sheet in front of you. I think that's helpful. Okay, so what we do actually, we will take some like very in a way like simple patterns, and we just arrange them in a certain way by adjusting them to that chord progression actually. And so for example, the first pattern is we play a drop 2. Drop 2 triad in root position. So G major would be that. Yeah. If you don't know really what's drop 2, check out the lesson on triads, where we talked about the 6 different families or 6 different groups of how you can arrange the 3 notes of the triad. Anyway, so it's just actually root, 5th, 3rd. For now, it's also enough to know that. Okay, and then what we're doing then, we play that chord. And then we play the scale down from that note where we landed. We landed on the 3rd of the chord, and then we... Yeah, so that's our G major chord and the G major scale excerpt. And when we do that, we approach or we come to the C. And C now is our next root for C major. And then we do the whole pattern starting from C. So C major, drop 2. And down the scale. F sharp, diminished. Down the scale. And now the B dominant. Now we actually, this pattern goes now higher and higher. It goes like up in force. So at a certain point, we can't do that anymore. So what we do, actually, we also take a variation of this pattern, which leads us, brings us in a descending way through the chord scale, or through the chord progression. So, for example, if I start from G major here, yeah, that's a way which brings us up. But what I'm doing now, I just go back immediately the same notes which I was playing ascending. So G, D, B, D, G. Yeah, I just go back 1, 2, and 3, and then from there I take the scale down. There I land on my C. Yeah, I found this. I composed this pattern myself. I just played around and I found this, and maybe it's nothing new. Maybe a lot of people used it already. But when I explored that, I really enjoyed practicing that through this diatonic chord progression. And the way it sounds, or let me just before I play like a whole cycle. So what we're doing, actually, we can just, whenever we are too high, we can use the descending form, or when we get too low, we can use the ascending form, or we can just always alternating these two forms. So it's all possible. So actually, it's a kind of, we have a pattern, but at the same time, it's not like the whole cycle is not fixed. We just improvise and we think about, okay, where's the next chord? Where's the next chord? Should I go down or up? And then we adjust the pattern. Okay, so the way it sounds is this. And so on forever. You know, you can just go progress through the cycle. So that's a very cool study. I like that study a lot. Actually, it's also the beauty of these diatonic movements of simple chords, of maybe just having this secondary dominant here going B7 to E minor. That's it. Yeah, and then you have this beautiful sound, actually, without doing many strange alterations or foreign chords or whatever. It's very classical in a way. Huh? It's like a Baroque kind of a thing. Okay, then on the page you see more patterns for the same chord progression, and it's always you have an ascending version and a descending version. So you can go just forever. Whenever you reach your limits on the instrument, you just turn around. So the first, and by the way, the most of them now are just starting on the third. It's like 4 notes. You play 4 notes in a chord, and then you come to the third of the next chord. So one possibility is you start with B, yeah, for G, and then you do, yeah, so B, third, fifth, seventh, third, yeah, and so on. So it's like and the downward version is we are now in C major, so we would just play a plain scale downwards. And by doing that, we actually also make this chord kind of clear, because on the strong beats we always have chord tones. We have the third of C, then a passing tone D to the root of C, and then the seventh again going down to our next third, which is like F sharp diminished. And then we can either do like, or yeah, both versions will lead us to the third of the next chord. So we have something like that. Yeah, so that's actually this pattern, and you can just think actually as a scale, just a scale sequence, you know, like but then if you're not purely diatonic, I mean, we have this B7 chord, you have to be careful when this chord is coming. Otherwise, it would be just a diatonic sequence. And so on. Yeah. And of course, we can also like play the same phrase, like always, the ascending phrase here. Like for example, we start with B, so we with B the major third of G, so then C major, F sharp diminished, B dominant 7, E minor, yeah, and then maybe going back. Yeah, so that's some stuff we can do. So we have an ascending and a descending version, and the ascending version also has another variation there. It's like instead of just going yeah, we go. So we really have an B a seventh arpeggio there. So third, fifth, root, seventh, third. Yeah. So that's actually the idea here. So we can have like yeah, and so on. So that's a nice version. Actually, some of them, I don't know which one. Maybe maybe all. No, not all. Some of them they come from this guitar exercise book from Pat Metheny. So he's actually practicing this thing a lot to warm up and just moving through the chords in this progression. And one very typical thing that's also here in the fourth line is what he's doing really a lot is the third, and then going to the root, and then going to the seventh and back to the root. And either you go from the third down to the root, or you go up to the root. So you have a descending version or an ascending version. And this immediately leads to the third of the next chord in this progression. So it's like of C. So it's like or yeah, and this we can just combine freely. It's like and so on. And And what he's doing, I mean, it's not written here. What you can always do is just play each note twice. It's like a typical thing. Yeah, and so on. I mean, it's just you get more out of that. Kind of more energy or more movement by just thinking actually half time, so to speak. Okay, another thing there is to go to have like a first inversion, try it in close position, and then going to the root and then down to the seventh and then down to the third of the next chord. So it's like yeah, and so on. And the downward version is so instead of it's yeah, you just play this an octave lower, this G F sharp, so root seventh an octave lower. So it's like let me see. Confused here with these different versions. Actually, I'm not really practicing that much. It's more for me. It's more like a kind of a medicine to from time to time to go through these different forms and just practice this, also the thinking in this tempo and playing like quicker chord changes like that. Okay, but let's try it one more time. So either like first inversion or mixing. I'm confusing these. Okay, anyway. And there's also another variation of that pattern. It's instead of going, so instead of our fifth here, we go directly to the ninth as a kind of a, in German it's called freier Nebenton. It's like a kind of a free passing tone. So we approach we jump to an approach or non-harmonic tone, which we then resolve. So it's like and when we are not going up to this note, but we do the whole thing an octave lower actually, then it's just scale. Yeah, and we had this form already. Yeah, so we can either we can combine all these different phrases actually, because they always come to the third. So we make sure that we always land on the third of the next chord, which is fourths or fifths, fourths higher or fifths lower. So that's actually like pre-programmed in these lines to have this progression. So we can just mix them any way we want. So we can have that variation here. So it's like, and then I have to think a lot. Maybe I have to next time I have to maybe warm up more before these lessons. Okay, but it's not about me actually. It's just I like these phrases, and from time to time I come back to them and just play them a little bit to get also in this actually yes to open this kind of a door again to chord progressions, of the beauty of chord progressions, because when I play a lot of like modal stuff like makam or raga or this kind of a thing, I sometimes I forget how beautiful chords actually are. So by doing these things. One I had before. Yeah, by playing them, I mean, I really feel now. Actually, I really feel. Oh, I want to improvise. I want to play chord changes. I like that, and also it's a good study in playing very little. I mean, just a few notes, 4 notes, to make really the chords clear, the progression clear. So that's these are just good studies, yeah. Which I don't know. I think you don't have to learn this so well that you like very quick with that. I mean, you can, of course. It depends on what you want, what kind of music you want to play. Okay, the next two, they're actually starting with a root, so they go from root to root. So we have this one. Yeah, so, and the downward version is just scale. Yeah, G. So we have these two versions. Yeah, right. Sorry. We have to. I have to be a little, or we have to be a little careful, because we have the same phrases, but thinking them in a different way. Thinking that they are actually starting from the third. So when I'm starting here, it's not E minor to A minor, but it's G major. And so on. Okay, check that out for yourself. The next one would I got from the opening phrase of the Courante of Johann Sebastian Bach, Bach, this suite, the first solo violin suite in B minor, the courant there, and it sounds like. So this. So I just start with the octave on the root. So B, B. Yeah, going to the third. So from G it would be. And then I just freely go up or down, whatever, because either you can go up or down. It's both in the style actually. So you can go like from G to C. Yeah. Or yeah, that's also nice. So to actually insert a kind of octave, almost octave leap. So instead of thinking like you go, yeah, that's also nice. This is a very typical thing. What happens quite frequently in Bach's music. Okay, so what you can do is just think of the root. Always go to the next root and then play this arpeggio. It's only a triad arpeggio. Because I can't go an octave lower again. And so on. And you see that I'm really also like struggling and searching, and that's because I do not fix that. You know, if I would just fix like one cycle or something like that, it's of course much easier and very simple to just learn that and play that very quick. But the concept here with these phrases is really to think. Yeah, to think ahead, to think every chord change, to know, okay, that's the root, what's the next chord, what's the root there, and all this kind of thinking at the same time, you know. So of course you see also that it's when I play that I first start struggling more and then less and less and less, because then I already gain or learn like these patterns. So then I memorize kind of more and more what different ways of playing that. So yeah, but actually I think the idea is more to push yourself thinking. So if you already know certain combinations, you try to avoid them. You know, if you always go up or down, you go down from a certain chord, try to push yourself that you will next time you will go up to the next pattern. All right, so download the PDF. There you have all these patterns to practice, and go to your practice room and do that, and you will see it's a lot of fun. Really, it's really nice, beautiful sounds you're dealing with there, and also this simplicity is really deep in a way. Okay, that's it for this lesson. Please don't forget, if you like these lessons, of course, I hope so, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click the bell to get notifications, because every week I will release a new video and a new lesson. And also there's a possibility to donate. Just go on my website link down in the description below, hupildenbrand.com, and then the Guitar Academia site page of that. and there you find a button where you can donate to support my work here on this channel, so to get more involved and that we go ahead with this whole thing, because there's much more material still to cover. All right, thank you, thanks for watching. My name is Huub Hildenbrand.